Banksia is a tool to build adaptable, accountable AI teams in minutes and run them on complex works. So if you are developers, researchers, or anyone who is dealing with complex works, or if you are using sub-agents in your daily workflows, then Banksia is best suited and super easy for you. You can create an AI team easily and run them reliably and accountably. So comparing to sub-agents, you can use reusable workflows, and it's very easy to track. We can see that later. It also has some internal checks, so it's more accountable. It can also recover from durable DB recalls, and so you can pause and resume the whole task anytime you want. So let's say example. Here is a research workflow for some deep research. We can see here is a research lead, and here are positive evidence researcher, negative evidence researcher, opinion analyst, and a quality verifier. The intended workflow is that the research lead will summon positive, negative opinion researchers in parallels and synthesize them. Then ask the research verifier to verify the quality. So let's see how it works in real tasks. Here my task is ask it to research on current React methods. And here we can see it requests some of my inputs. Then it summoned the opinion analyst, negative researcher, and the positive researcher in parallel, and they completed. Then it synthesized the work and asked the quality verifier to check. The verifier finds some material findings and some minor findings. Then the lead fix them and ask the verifier to verify it again. It summoned the quality verifier 3 times. Yeah, so this time it's also failed. And the research lead fixed it again. The work passed. Then the research lead responds with a compact result and references like this. Let's install Banksia. So here is the tutorial part. Let's just copy this comment. I just removed all the data of Banksia, so I can show you in a fresh state. So I think I'm using the first command of Banksia. Now I need to configure my provider. So here I choose Codex as the provider here. And it will reuse my Codex subscription login. I'll also configure another one. I also config this operator. And I will show how to use the operator then. So now we can run this Banksia serve, which set up the server. And so now we can open the console. And here, there is no run, which means I cleared all the data and states. So now we are in the fresh state. And the first workflow can be very easy. Let's name it hello. So say hi. Like here, let's give the first member a name called greeting. And instruction like say hi. Now we can publish it. Now let's run this workflow. Hello. Let's give it hi. So here the task completed very quickly, and it greeted me. So now let's create a second workflow called topic. Pick a topic. And the purpose is to suggest user a topic he may interested in. Then give research response. So let's call it topic lead, and give it some instruction. So here let's say prompt user with options that user may interested in. Once you get the topic user interested in, you can choose research or response to the user. If the research work is non-trivial or hard, then ask a assistant to do the research and verify it. So let's configure a provider. Since we are just showing the workflow, so we can intentionally choose a very low efforts. And here, the allowed actions. So the first four checkboxes are all for human request, which means the agent can interrupt the task, interrupt its run, and request the human to do something. The final one is for command runs, for some commands that is very long, that takes very long time to run, like 1 or 2 hours. So let's choose this and give it a new contributor. Let's say assistant. You are the research assistant. And we can also intentionally give it a very low reasoning effort. So now we can publish the workflow and try it here. Topic. Pick a topic I may like for recent computer vision methods. Here, it requests me some actions and asks me for some options. So let's choose one. You can say now it set up a plan, research and verify recent methods, select the most compelling subtopic, offer concrete ways to explore it further. We can see the assistant have already done. It took approximately 1 minute, I guess, or 2 minutes. Okay, it now completed the task. So next, let's try the operator. Can make your work even more easier. Let's say what a operator can do. What can you do? So it can help us like inspect the current workflows, design draft workflows, and start runs, monitor run status, or do a lot of operations. And let's ask it to build a workflow for me. So I'll just send this. Build a workflow for me that do daily research for me. Gather positive, negative evidence and opinion in parallel that later reconcile that and verify to check the quality. So that's just what we are. That's just the example I show as the first. Okay, have now created this workflow for me, and oh here daily research brief. I should say it's really similar for the example I shown, but it may not exactly the same in detail. Let's wait. Let's make each one think less. Here I don't want it to run a comment for me. So reasoning it. Let's also set a cloud here. Publish the workflow. In recent, I'll use this state. Take a topic in about state of the art algorithms and applications in current computational geometry. I stopped the wrong. Let's ask it to inspect the status of wrong. Yeah, here the negative one completed. Seems like it will complete very quickly, I guess. So to see these files, we can go to the Banksia's workspace. And let's see what's neighborhood algorithms. I remember a neighborhood algorithms in computational geometry that's using a Voronoi diagram plus trapezoidal map. Yeah. My professor asked that question in my final oral exam, and I answered that quite well, I guess. But I can't actually understand what's talking about here. I can't quite understand. You may still need to take some times, and let's try to pause it and resume it here. So let's try pause, and it's paused. So let's resume it. Okay, resume. This console is inspired by N8N, and a lot of code, or some code, are copied or translated from the N8N's source code. It's okay if you don't know what N8N is. That's an amazing tool. So here we can see the work completed. It selected the dynamic 3D point cloud geometry for robotics and large-scale mapping. I'm not quite understand, so yeah. So if you'd like to try Banksia, you can open the GitHub repo and you can find all the guide here. So thanks for watching.